This one's wife. It's the concert era. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Did you know that we've entered a new era? No, neither did I until today. It would appear that we have. It's known as the concert era. It would appear that the era of joy has come to an end. Yes, do you remember the era of joy as prescribed by this one's wife? She would be injecting joy into everything, which makes a change from everything being injected into her. Throw some flower sprinkles around to bring joy. Talk unadulterated shite in a podcast, presumably to inject joy into the listener's ears. Turn up and talk about how great it is to be a mum to people who've lost their children as a consequence of online activity, presumably bringing them joy. Ensure that you wander around at a memorial to children gunned down in a massacre at Uvalde, spreading joy wherever you go. Wear overly long trousers so that you can sweep the streets in New York, and in so doing, bring joy. That was the joy era. But it is at an end. Yes, no longer speak of joy, for now this one's wife, with the grandiosity that we associate with this narcissist, has declared that it is the concert era. This one's wife has taken to Instagram. Of course she has. After all, what else is she going to do? Look after the children? Ha! No. Actually run a business? No, of course not. Do some charitable work by rolling up her sleeves and getting stuck in? No, that's for the proles. What she does is talk about herself, display herself, bulletin herself by virtue of Instagram. Yet again, the irresistible pull of Instagram as a conduit to feed her pursuit of the prime aims has proven to draw her in so that she shares something with us. She has, as an aside, put a couple of posts up on the As Ever site, which hitherto must have been feeling rather neglected. Not that it's going to save that abject failure. But on her personal Instagram, we've been treated to learning all about the wonderful world of this one's wife, how happy she and Harry are, as a consequence of the fact that she attended a concert. Yes, she shared a number of images featuring glimpses from a concert night that she attended along with the Prince of Pink pancakes. She showed a snap of her with James Taylor, and she was watching him as he autographed copies of his pop-up book, Sweet Baby James. And then she shared other shots showing her joining arms with her husband and James Taylor for a group photo. Another that she shared showed James Taylor performing on stage during the show at the Santa Barbara Bowl, and another one showed the Duke of Sussex posing next to the singer. In my concert era, this one's wife captioned the post, adding, "Thanks, James." He was probably thinking, sorry, who are you again? Yes, this one's wife attended a concert. Well, she's perfectly entitled to do so. It would appear the second in not so many days. Mind you, where are the children? Who's looking after them? Did she ensure that she recorded her reading from a thin book and sent it through to them so that they had something to watch and listen to whilst thinking, Nanny, who's this woman again who keeps sending videos of her? I don't like her. She scares me. What? She's my mummy, but I thought that was the palm tree outside. Oh, okay. Yes, this one's wife has to ensure we all know that she is having a great time with Prince Harry in order to assert control over the audience. She can't just can't go about it privately and just attend. No, she needs to trumpet to everybody. Here I am. I have attended a concert. As she crawls now to 3 million followers, one wonders just how many of them are bots, and continues to ensure that you can't comment, she does receive some fuel by virtue of the likes that she receives on these posts. Once again, it's necessary for her to show you the life that she leads, and Instagram is the conduit for her to do so. But perhaps most of all, what's most amusing about this is the caption that she put, "In my concert era." This demonstrates two particular things about this one's wife. One, she's a dimwit. And two, courtesy of her narcissism, she believes that everything she does is of moment, that it is momentous, that it is impactful. She brushes her teeth, that's news. She takes a dump, that affects the stock market. She hands out some raspberry spread, hold the front page. She's so self-absorbed, she believes that everything that she does not only ought to be shared with people, but is hugely important and momentous. Hence, going to a couple of concerts becomes an era. Well, if that's the case, Lord knows what regular attendees at gigs and those who do it professionally by virtue of writing for music magazines, etc., they must have era after era after era. Harry's been allowed out of the cage, not given a takeaway, but allowed to attend with her for the purposes of facade management. See, look at our idyllic marriage. Look at us together. Aren't you envious of how wonderful we are? But she describes it as a concert era. You've been to a couple of concerts recently, but all of a sudden that becomes an era. What a clown. But that is representative of the grandiosity of this one's wife, that she believes that her attending a couple of concerts should be described as an era. Now, some will say, oh, she just means it tongue-in-cheek, it's a joke. It isn't. This woman doesn't have a sense of humour, and it is representative of the grandiosity of her narcissism to ascribe attending a concert to an era. Yeah. She sees Beyonce, she sees James Taylor, probably got freebies, and all of a sudden, it's an era. Another night out, away from the children, another occasion to show off about it, and naturally, her narcissism draws her to post about it on Instagram, and in so doing, she just provides more material for ridicule. You see, were she not a narcissist, you would just think, yep, there's that couple, they've gone out. And were she not a narcissist, she wouldn't caption it in my concert era. But she has to show off. She has to let you know what she's doing, because without you knowing and you reacting, there's nothing in it for her. That is the life of the narcissist that is this one's wife, always seeking a reaction, always requiring that validation. To some of you, it will sound exhausting, but remember, this is what she's designed to do, and therefore it isn't exhausting to her. This is the way that her life is. So here we are, now in the concert era. I wonder who'll be next. Perhaps she'll show herself standing next to a man busking in the street and say, "In my concert era." Maybe she'll follow somebody into the toilets who's whistling as he takes a leak, and there'll be another caption, "In my concert era." Perhaps when she next rings the doctor and is placed on hold, she'll then put a video up of her with the hold music explaining, "In my concert era." One can hardly wait. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.